And what's even better is to have a new kid on the block like Pedro Acosta out there mixing it up with those guys at the front. And on a bike that his best teammate was barely top 10 this weekend. I think a real tip of the hat to Hervé Poncharal, Pedro Acosta, everybody involved at that team, because Pedro I think he's on his game, and it's just a matter of time before he wins the race.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Kevin. I remember speaking to you at COTA in 2021 when he was still in Moto3. I think that was the weekend where you first got a chance to meet him, and you were impressed by his confidence and the way he carried himself. I remember at that time. I mean, 3 years on, he's just gone from strength to strength, and I mean, he shocked everyone with just how brilliant he's been in the first couple of races. I mean, how do you see him as a kind of rider, and is he a contender for the biggest honors this year, do you think?
He's less than a race win behind, and this is a long season with races on Saturday and on Sunday. So 40-something total races this year? The opportunity to make a mistake, and on Saturday you're only giving away a few points, but on Sunday you're giving away the full chunk of points. So I see everybody having at least one bad weekend this year, and if Pedro just can kind of stay out there, keep his nose clean, and try and get a result every weekend, whether it's P2, P3 up on the podium, whether it's winning a race or maybe top 5 or top 10. You just got to take what you can get each weekend, because, as you said, the bikes are all so close. I mean, if it weren't for the 6 Japanese bikes off the back, I mean, qualifying's less than a second, typically.
And Kevin, obviously you took the 500cc championship by storm in '88, winning your first race as a full-time rider in the class. I mean, I think you're maybe a little bit older than Pedro is now, who's still a teenager, but can you kind of see some similarities there with just how spectacular he's been from the off and how he goes about his business?
I think the main thing is you just can't be intimidated by a Pecco Bagnaia or a Marc Marquez or whoever might be, or the Maverick Vinales. You got to get out there and race them just like they were the guys you were racing in Moto3 and Moto2. Don't look at them as their name and their how many world championships. Just approach it as those guys are just numbers. I'm as capable of beating them as anybody is, and don't go in all intimidated by who's you got Pecco on one side and Mark on the other. How many there's 10 or 11 world championships there. You can't think about it like that. As a young kid, this is the coolest thing I've ever done, racing at this level, racing these bikes, this speed, getting to see so much of the world. Just take every race one race at a time and love every minute of it.